Okay, we're going to get started. Leadership ladders. So I know, Kelly, you're in the group, and I can't remember who's else, but raise your hand, I guess, if you're in the Diamond Dash group, the 60-day push. Did you guys see? I just today watched Scotty with Melanie's last call. Was that not motivating? Like, Rachel, did you get that one?
No, I need to get caught up.
Okay. Yeah. But this one was like eye-opening because I'm totally in the business for right now getting out of debt. Did you know that all you have to do is stack your weak leg, and then that volume is it'll roll over with your strong leg, and you'll get those cycle bonuses. Like, that's where the majority of income can come from, is those team cycle bonuses. Mm-hmm.
Just from stacking your weak leg?
Well, if you stack your weak leg, if you think about it, you're the one building that side. And so this strong leg is just volume after volume. And so you stack this weak leg and it'll just cycle. It'll just cycle.
Over and over.
Yeah. And then you reach your caps. And he's like, for Diamond, you could cap out at $2,000 a week. I'm like, if I was getting $2,000 a week at this point in our lives, Burn could stop working technically, but that's like nothing compared to what he's making right now and what the potential is. But even that right now, I would be less stressed in my life if I was making $2,000 a week. But anyways, stack your weak leg, people. But no, you gotta, of course, have a strong foundation.
Right.
So let's say right now, for example, I have 6, I think, on each leg, 6 or 7. And even with 6 and 7 on my strong leg, right now, I'm just going to stack my weak leg. Ashley, I just learned something new today. Okay. So, all right, let's talk about leadership ladders. Let me just share with you mine because I'm the host. You get to see all my secrets. Okay, now raise your hand. I'll ask 2 questions. Raise your hand if you're familiar with the leadership ladder. Okay, let me see everybody else. Ashley, are you familiar with the leadership ladder? Okay, good. Sorry, I didn't get to see everybody all at one time. All right, so I've been studying up on it, obviously, for the call, and it's awesome. Okay, so get off of there. Go into your leadership ladder, and let me also, do I have it right here? Good. So if you didn't know, this right here, make sure you go there and it will bring up the document to explain it. So basically, you have to meet these benchmarks in order to advance. And so let's just look at mine, for example. Last month, I was a team builder, so green, even though I was diamond. Oh, it's Emerald Plus. Yeah, so team builder. And my goal is now to get to team leader. And it tells me right here, I guess, right here. So last month, if I was making, even though, Ashley, you can help me out here, but to me, that's just money, right? These BPs, bonus points or whatever. Okay. So I still have to, in order for me to make 1,000, obviously I need either commission or, do you know if that counts, Ashley, as bonuses? I don't know. If bonus is included in that, I don't know. That might be something we need to find out. Ashley?
Sorry, I was trying to go ahead on mute. What do you mean bonus?
Just like for me to bump this 500 up to 1,000, is that solely commission, or is cycle bonuses included in that?
Yeah, well, no, it's everything. So it's your total paycheck for the week or the month. So like all the weeks added to that. And the BP is just because we're in Canada, it's just the equivalent of currency, like it's a standard amount.
Sense. Thank you. Okay, so that makes more sense. So there's your stacking of your week, like people get those cycle bonuses. Success Club, don't worry, that's a 5 as of today. I wanted P90X. Not that I necessarily will do it right away, but okay. Highest paid rank, and then personally sponsored with at least 1 Success Club point. So I still have to help 2 of my coaches get at least 1 Success Club point to meet this benchmark of 4. Which, it happened last month, so I know I can do it again this month. And this is where, right here, weak leg volume. So as you're signing up discount coaches, you'll have to watch the call. And he also referenced 2 of his calls Scotty did that he did on YouTube. One is called, maybe you wrote it down, just search Scotty Hobbs Coach Placement 101. And then Scotty Hobbs Advanced Coach Placement. I've watched the 101, but I want to watch the advanced coach placement because placing your coaches is key. So, of course, you want to build a strong foundation. And to get to diamond, you, of course, need 4 on each of your legs and 2 of those to be emerald. But, after that happens, he just talked about how you just start building your weak leg and then, I haven't watched it advanced, so I guess I should stop talking. But basically right now, for me to get to my next benchmark, I need to build my weak leg so that my volume increases here. Okay, so we'll peek over here. And same thing, like for your weak leg volume to get up to 5,000, for me to advance the team leader up to 5,000, I just need to build that. And it just increases. And these, okay, now I have notes that I took. Act as if. So act like you're a diamond coach. Don't, use these as benchmarks because that's what they are. They're solid benchmarks for you to follow, but make sure that you're acting like you're a diamond coach. Forget the rank of emerald in your mind. Just act as if. And another, I've heard it said, fake it till you make it, but that, and I'm going off of something I heard, that is not one that you, a phrase you should follow. Just use the use the phrase act as if. It's just more positive. So make sure you're building a foundation on rock and not sand. You don't want to build a house of cards. You don't want to just throw people into discount coaches and they're not committed to Shakeology and they're just going to cancel. You want to make sure that you are getting your coaches started right, first of all. And then for discount coaches, you just help them understand the value of Shakeology and try, retention is something I'm constantly working on, but that's one thing to build a foundation on rock. And Melanie says, diamond is the gateway to future success. Make sure you have your strong why that drives you to do what you're doing. And one of the questions that was posed is, what if your family was on the line? As in, what if your husband lost his job and you need to pay the bills and and it's just up to you? I just thought if my mindset was that way, I would be doing things a whole lot differently with my business. And not that I ever want to be in that position or even think about it, but that's kind of a question that I might just ask myself every now and then. Just think, what if our family was on the line here and what am I doing to move my business forward? Okay, so as diamond pushers, or hopefully you're diamond pushers, but I know this is not a push to diamond group, it's just a leader page, but as you're pushing to diamond, make Success Club non-negotiable and show that to your coaches as you lead them, that it's non-negotiable because that's how the business is built, like how you would build a business. Leadership, remember, is something that you do at the very beginning. You might have 1 or 2 coaches. And in fact, some of you might only have your 2 coaches as emerald rank, but you're still a leader to them, whether they're discount or not, you are a leader. Okay. So then did you guys see this? Where Melanie broke it down, each of the benchmarks. Basically, this is like a checklist, do these things and know this stuff, then that helps you advance to the next benchmark. So I'll have to ask if I'm allowed to post this in our leader page. I just thought this was awesome because it breaks it all down. So as a business starter, so you as a business starter, if this is your rank on the leadership ladder, you should be doing these things and knowing these things and learning these things. And what does that say? Helpful activities. So like I said, I'll find out if I'm allowed to post this, but
I can't see it, Brittany. Are you showing something different? Because all I see is like the Beachbody leadership ladder.
Thank you. Yes, I am. That's weird.
It sounds cool, whatever it is.
Let me try again. I don't know why it does that when I just like flip the page. Okay, how about now? Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
yes.
Am I allowed to take this from the Diamond Dash and post it in the leader page is my question. Do you know?
I think so. I think that's totally fine because it's not like it's not a training. It's like a tool. So I think that's totally fine.
Okay. So I'm going to post this, and now it makes more sense probably now that you're seeing it. But I'm a checklist person, and for me to just read through this and make sure I'm doing all of those things is super helpful to me. Okay, and just there was an emphasis on getting your coaches started right, because again, going back to building a strong foundation. And if you remember, I want to say maybe it was just this last National Wake Up Call about getting coaches started right. Super good call. Either this most recent one or the one before. Get on and listen again. I know I took notes on things for getting coaches started right and making sure that they are set up for success. And it all goes back to duplication. Nope, that's mine. Please stop. Thanks. It all goes back to duplication, because if your coaches can duplicate what you're doing, then if you go back to the leadership ladder, now tell me if I clicked on this page, can you now see my leadership ladder? Anyone?
No.
See, that's so weird. Okay. Well, I won't click around, but basically you have duplication, and your coaches, if they can duplicate what you're doing, they're going to have success. They're going to be starting to build their own businesses and signing up their own coaches, which, like we saw on the leadership ladder, are some of the requirements for the benchmarks, is to have them hit Success Club or Rank Advance, which of course, if they're Rank Advancing, they're hitting Success Club or getting Success Club points, I should say. Remember that you need to reach every benchmark in the leadership ladder in order to advance. So I need to be hitting all of these things in order to advance to team leader. And that just goes the same for each of these benchmarks. Sorry, I just wrote down a whole bunch of stuff on this call, but okay. So now my question for you is, where are you on your leadership ladder? I had you look at that, but where are you? And to start, do you have any questions? I know that in one of the leader or diamond groups, we posted ours, but it just helps like your upline to see where you're at and maybe where they can help you. That's all that I really have. And I also just emphasize, if you're in that diamond group and you haven't watched the video from Melanie yet, to do that. That was super informational to me, but also motivating, knowing that it's all right here, like telling you exactly what you need to do in order to get to the next benchmark. And, you know, as you're moving benchmarks, you're naturally going to be building a strong foundation. So
one of the things, just to add to like what Brittany was saying, and this is something that like honestly did not click for me for like the first year of my business, but like City and Success Club is obviously like your number one focus. But at the same time, like the leadership ladder is amazing because you can't build a full-time business by just hitting High Success Club. You have to like be a leader in order to make a full-time income. So like, for example, like even though like earlier this month, you know, I hit, or this year, I might have hit SC 23, I think 1 month. Like I make more money now that I have built leadership and built team who is like replicating and hitting Success Club each month than when I did hitting SC, you know, just selling a bunch of challenge packs. So like you can sell a bunch of challenge packs and be awesome, but like your income is still going to be on the lower end because you're not helping your team replicate what you're doing. And so it's really like like hitting Success Club, obviously like you're not a good leader, you're not a good leader, but your coaches need to see you hitting Success Club so they replicate that same behavior. But like you can sell all you want, but eventually you're going to be making all, like your money is going to come from helping your team. And so that's what I really like love about the leadership ladder. And it took a good year of me like building my own business to like for that to actually sink in that, you know, like I can hit Success Club all I want, but until I help my coaches replicate that same behavior and lead them to be able to learn those things, my income was pretty stagnant. It was pretty much the same amount every month because, you know, you can only sell so many challenge packs. And so literally like even at SC10, I'm at SC10 this month, like my income is more than when it was SC23, if that makes sense. So that's what I love about the leadership ladder. It like really shows like where you're at in your own leadership on your team. So it's helped me a ton.
Awesome.
And just to add to that, Ashley, like I think that it's so important that we create that culture of Success Club in our teams. And that's like something that I've learned a ton on my calls with my corporate mentors is they talk all the time about creating a culture of Success Club. And so that's why you guys see us do shout outs all the time and talk about people hitting it, because when you're hitting Success Club, like if you're hitting Success Club, chances are you're adding coaches too. Like recruitment's huge, you know, like Ashley just said, but like it's important as you talk to your teams, you create your own team page, talk to your coaches about hitting Success Club, why it's important and how that's going to move their business forward. Because if you're adding, you know, 3 to 5 people a month to your team, then that's obviously going to grow your organization. And then just kind of like what Ashley was saying, like with Success Club or with like recruiting as opposed to like hitting high Success Club numbers, just challenge packs. A good goal to set for yourself is, you know, set a goal to have half those Success Club points be recruits, you know, and then you know that you're always steadily growing your team. But anyway, I love the leadership ladder, and I really hope that you guys take time to like listen to that call from Melanie. Or wait, that was a Diamond Dash call, wasn't it? Well, there was a different call. Let's see. There was a different call that she did, or was it a training? It might have been a training at Summit.
Yes, it was Summit.
Okay, so that might be in the Coach Online office, or you might be able to find that on YouTube.
It's on.
You should look for that.
Online.
Okay.
I'll look for it and I'll put the link
Okay,
in.
cool. Because that would be excellent for you guys to watch that, because this is probably one of the next, or like we might even completely switch over to recognition by the leadership ladder. You never know what they're going to do, but I would really study this because, yeah, it's going to help you guys move your businesses forward and see the importance of like wholly building your business on all these different levels, not just for income, not just for Success Club, not just for volume, but building it all together. So anyway, they go hand in hand.
Yeah. And actually what both of you have said and the whole idea of the leadership ladder leads into our call next week, which is going to be on elite, just the idea of elite. And some of you are like, oh, I haven't even been thinking of elite, but I challenge you to start thinking of elite, because you have a goal to reach diamond. That's great. But if you know how to get to elite, then the road to diamond is going to be easier. So, and this whole idea of duplication and getting your coaches to hit Success Club gives you elite points, but we'll get into that more next week. So, any more questions on the leadership ladder?
Just one more thing, and I've said this to some of my coaches, so I'm sorry if you've heard it before, but stressing the importance of hitting Success Club. You can be an executive leader. You can be a Melanie Mitro, and if you don't hit Success Club, you literally go back down to the very bottom of the leadership ladder that month. You have to hit Success Club every single month to even be part of the leadership ladder. So that tells you how important, corporate realizes the importance of hitting Success Club. You can literally be the number one coach and be an executive leader, but if you are not hitting Success Club, that next month you're all the way back down at the bottom when it comes to the ladder. So you have to hit all those benchmarks. And so just another plug-in.
Okay, and so I'm going to give an assignment to you here, and then I'll post the same thing, is to, once I post the link to Melanie's, her presentation from Summit, I want you may have been to Summit, I was at Summit, but I'm going to watch it again. Your homework this week, if there's homework, whatever, your assignment, your challenge is to watch that video and then take notes or whatever, but just become familiar with the ladder and know the benchmarks and use it as your guide. So that is all that I have. Plus I have children still awake. So anything else? Last word?